Hello, in this lecture we will talk about characters in the great poem The Knight in the Panter's Skin. The brave and loyal knights Avtandil and Tariel, these two characters represent the most devoted friends and tender lovers, both heroes capable of courtly love. Courtly love is a love that emphasizes nobility and chivalry, and there are men that endowed with free will. They initially were actively involved and served the kingdom's held position of modern steward or mayor of the palace. Besides their position, they only obey their beloveds, that is to say, Tinatin and Nestan. Therefore, their love and dedication is unwavering. The mutual commitment and friendship they swear also extends to a third person, Nuadin Pridon, that is the ruler of the city Mulgazanzar, who is also endowed with the same heroic qualities. Tariel is, however, distinguished by his wild character, as symbolized by his wearing the Panter's skin. The qualities associated with Cat is dedication and courage. His hatred and violence could be extreme and uncontrollable. It is also close to Saint George slaying the dragon, whose cult was particularly strong in the 12th century, especially in the episode where Tariel kills a lion and a panther. In the next step, we will talk about the characters of Tinatin and Nestan. The faithful and patient lovers, Tinatin and Nestan, although they take little action, the female characters Tinatin and Nestan are constantly present in the thoughts of the knights Tariel and Avtandil, and serve to give the narrative tension as a whole. Princesses higher in social rank than their servant knights are inspired by the Queen Tamar, who was the Queen of Georgia, or reflected the fact that each of them is sovereign in their own realm. That is to say, Tinatin is the sovereign of the Kingdom of Arabia, and Nestan is the sovereign of the Kingdom of India. Tinatin chooses her own husband, which references Queen Tamar, who also chose her second husband. As her role as sovereign of the country of Arabia, and her father was the one ceding his throne to his daughter, Tinatin, references King George III of Georgia, who was succeeded by his daughter in 1178 after his death. Tinatin is a static character who leaves no time to the court of her father in Arabia. Static character, it means that she is a passive character. Nestan, a prisoner in distant regions. Actually, Nestan was abducted to the country of the Kaji, and she is also a passive character. But their confidence, righteousness shows these two women being faithful and respective lovers. As for Patman, she is an altered representation of their type, but an adulteress. during the absence of her husband Hussein. During the absence of Hussein, she betrayed her husband with Avtandil. Okay, therefore she is adulteress. Patman takes little account of her honor as she humiliates her husband on account of his bodily defects, and she also, so as I mentioned, she has also betrayed her husband Hussein with Avtandil. Her character is true to life from the artistic point of view. Despite everything, she is capable of displaying both affection and sincere warmth peculiar to a woman, and she spares no effort to serve Nestan. It is very characteristic that when Patman learns of the purpose of Avtandil's journey, she makes no attempt to keep the man she loves at her side even for a short time. So I can summarize and say that the characteristics of Avtandil and Tariel are as follows. They are both devoted friends and tender lovers that capable of courtly love. Courtly love is a love that emphasized nobility and chivalry, and they are also men endowed with free will, and they obey their lovers, Tinatin and Nestan. The mutual commitment and devotion they are endowed with the mutual commitment and devotion they are endowed with extends also to Nuruddin Pridon, the ruler of the city Gazanzar. And the hero of the poem is Tariel, that is distinguished from the others as one who has the wild nature symbolized by the Panter'S skin that he wears all the time. He has the characteristics that characterize the cat, that is to say, devotion and courage, or dedication and courage. His hatred and violence can be extreme and uncontrollable. In the next step, I will talk about the characteristics of Tinatin and Nestan. The faithful and patient lovers, Tinatin and Nestan, they are passive characters, and they are used to give the narrative tension as a whole. Tinatin is a static character, that is to say, she doesn't act much, but she doesn't herself, she doesn't act much, but she gives instruction to her lover Avtandil. And Nestan is a prisoner in remote areas, such as in the land of the Kajis, and she is also a passive character. Both of them are self-confident and righteousness. They are also loyal lovers. Patman is a different representation of them, that is to say of Nestan and Tinatin. She differs from them in that she is not faithful to her husband Hussein. She actually commits adultery in the absence of her husband by falling in love with Avtandil. And the values of family honor are not important to her for two reasons: because she cheats on her husband with Avtandil, and because she also humiliates her husband because of his bodily defects. But man is able to show affection and warmth that is special to a woman. Okay, so in the next step we will analyze stanzas 1046 and also stanza number 1175. We'll start with stanza 1146. Stanza number 1046 is an aphorism on providence. This stanza tells us that no matter what you are doing or what you want to do, if God is with you, you will succeed. Otherwise, if God doesn't support you, you will fail. And it is also tells us that you should not glory yourself or your power because of your success, because your success is only because of providence. And in line number 3, a tiny spark overcomes and burns up great trees. The meaning of the sentence is that the small and the weak can beat the great and the strong if God is by their side. So I read stanza 1046 in the translation to English, then I read it in the original English, and then we'll analyze it. So stanza 1046, that is an aphorism about providence, is as follows: "O man, boast not of thy strength, brag not drunken like. Might is of none avail if the power of God, if the power of Lord aid thee not. A tiny spark overcomes and burns up great trees. If God protect thee, it cuts alike well, whether thou strike with a log or a sword." Okay. Now I read stanza 1046 in the original language, and then we'll analyze it. Stanza 1046 in the original language is as follows: "Katso zalsa nui kadi nutso mokwech vitam trali. Aras gargebs zlie reba tuar shektsevs untisa zali. Dit tacheta moerevis mcire dastwars naberskali. Vertik paravs stored gakwets. Shesha viskra tunda chromali." Okay, so in the first line we have now what about the structure of the stanza? Because of the fact that stanza 1046 is an aphorism about providence. Usually aphorism is in the fast pace, but we have also exceptions. We have aphorisms that are in the slow pace, but most of the aphorism is in the fast pace, and so stanza 1046 is not an exceptional, and therefore it is in the fast pace. Therefore the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables of the last word in each line. Okay, so here the first 2 words of line number 1 of stanza 1046 is katso, zalsa. Katso consists of 2 syllables, zalsa consists also of 2 syllables. In total, also katso, zalsa consists of 4 syllables. Then the next 2 words are nu ikadi. Nu consists of 1 syllable, ikadi consists of 4 syllables. Therefore, in total, nu ikadi consists of 4 syllables. Then the next 2 words are nutsa mokwech. Nucha consists of 2 syllables. Mokwech consists also of 2 syllables. So those two words, Nucha Mokwech, consist of 4 syllables. And finally, the last two words of line number 1 of stanza 146 are Vita, Vitam Trali. Vita consists of 2 syllables and Trali consists also of 2 syllables. Therefore, Vitam Trali consists of 4 syllables. So in conclusion, you can say that stanza, line number 1 is broken into 4 segments of 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables of the last word in each line. The last word of line number 1 is Trali, so the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables, that is to say Ali. Actually, the letters M, T, R, and V are constants, therefore they don't add any syllables to the word. Therefore, Trali consists of 2 syllables, Ali. So the rhyming in stanza 1046 is on the last 2 syllables of the last word in each line, that is to say Ali, Ali, Ali and Ali, and the repetition is on the last 3 letters of the last word. That is to say Ali consists of the letters A, L and E. Then in line number 2, the first 2 words are Aras, Gargebs. Aras consists of 2 syllables, Gargebs also consists of 2 syllables. In total, those 2 words, Aras, Gargebs, consist of 4 syllables. Then the third word of line number 2 of stanza 1146 is Zli Reba, that consists of 4 syllables. Then the next 3 words are 2 R Sheksevs. 2 consists of 1 syllable, R consists of 1 syllable, and Sheksevs consists of 2 syllables. In total, those 3 words, 2 R Sheksevs, consist of 1 plus 1 plus 2 syllables, that is to say 4 syllables. And finally, the last 2 words of in line number 2 are Tisa, Zali. Tisa consists of 2 syllables, and Zali also consists of 2 syllables. Therefore, the last 2 words, Tisa, Zali, consist of 4 syllables. So, in conclusion, you can say that line number 2 is broken into 4 segments of 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables of the last word in line number 2. The last word is Zali, it is power. Zali consists of 2 syllables, Ali. Actually, the letter D doesn't add any syllable to the word because of the fact that it is a constant. Okay, and the repetition is on the last 3 letters, that is to say on the letters A, L and E. Then line number 3 of stanza 1046, we have the first 2 words are Ditsta, Feta. Ditsta consists of 2 syllables, Feta also consists of 2 syllables. So in total, those 2 words, Ditta, Feta, consists of 4 syllables. Then the third word of line number 3 of stanza 1046 is Mo Revis, that consists of 4 syllables. Then we have the next 2 words are Tsire, Das Swamps. Tsire consists of 2 syllables, and Das Swamps consists also of 2 syllables. So in total, those 2 words, Tsire, Das Swamps, consist of 4 syllables. And finally, the last word of line number 3 of stanza 1046 is Na Pertska Lid, that consists of 4 syllables. So, in conclusion, you can say that line number 3 is broken into 4 segments of 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 2 syllables of the last word. The last word is Na Pertska Lid, that consists of 4 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last two syllables of this word numerically. That is to say, the rhyming is on Ali, and the repetition is on the last three letters. That is to say, on letters A, L, and E. And finally, in line number 4, the first two words are Gmerti, Kparabs. Gmerti consists of two syllables, and Kparabs also consists of two syllables. In total, those two words, Gmerti, Kparabs, consist of four syllables. Then the next two words of line number 4 are Storat, Gakwetz. Storat consists of two syllables, and Gakwetz consists also of two syllables. So in total, those two words, Storat, Gakwetz, consist of four syllables. Then the next three words are of line number 4 are Shesha, Viskra. Shesha consists of two syllables, Vis consists of one syllable, and Ka consists of one syllable. So in total, those three words, Shesha, Viskra, consist of 2 plus 1 plus 1 syllables. This is to say 4 syllables. And finally, we have Tunda, Khmali. Tunda consists of 2 syllables, and Khmali consists also of 2 syllables. In total, those two words, Tunda, Khmali, consist of 4 syllables. Therefore, line number 4 in stanza 146 is broken into 4 segments of 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. And the rhyming is on the last two syllables of the last word. The last word is Ali, and the rhyming is on Ali. Again, the letters He, R, and M are constants. Therefore, they don't add anything to the number of the syllables in this word Mali. Therefore, the rhyming is on Ali, the last two syllables. And the repetition is on the letters A, L, and E. Okay, so we finished with stanza 1046. In the next step, we'll focus on stanza 1175. In stanza 1175, the poet quotes the words of Nestan and John to Patman. As I already mentioned before, whenever the poet quotes the words of himself or other character in the poem, it will be always in the slow pace. That is to say, the structure of the 16 syllables in each line will be 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming will be on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. Okay? And the content of stanza 1175 is that the standard John, the beloved of Tariel, tells Patman that she had very bad luck in life. She suffered a lot. That is to say, she doesn't have luck at all in life, and she suffered a lot. So I read stanza 1175 in the translation to English, then I read it in the original English, and then we analyze it. Stanza 1175, the translation to English is as follows. She said to me, "Sister, marvel not, however hard this may be. Luckless fate hath ever been a doer of ill upon me. If some good had befallen me, thou mightest have wondered. What marvel is evil? All kinds of woe are not new to me, old are they." Okay, now I'll read the stanza in the original language, and then we'll analyze it. Stanza 1175 in the original language is as follows. Man mitra, dao, nu gikwils ege razom tzadnelia. Bedi ubedo chemzeda, mitzriv avisam knelia. Kargiram chirdes gikwirdes, avi rasak velvelia. Schwadas kvachiri chemzeda, arachalia zvelia. Okay, so in line number 1, the first 3 words of line number 1 are Man mitra, dao. Man consists of 1 syllable, mitra consists of 2 syllables, and Dao consists of 2 syllables. In total, those 3 words, one Mitra Dao, consists of 1 plus 2 plus 2 syllables, that is to say 5 syllables. Then the next 2 words are Nu Geekwiz. Nu consists of 1 syllable, of course. Geekwiz consists of 2 syllables. In total, those 2 words, Nu Geekwiz, consist of 3 syllables. Then the next 2 words are Ege Razomca. Ege consists of 2 syllables, of course. Razomca consists of 3 syllables. In total, those 2 words, Ege Razomca, consist of 5 syllables. And finally, the last word of line number 1 of stanza 1175 is Znelia. Znelia consists of 3 syllables. Elia. Actually, the letters D and N, actually it is not D, it is Z. And N, the letters Z and N are constants, therefore they add nothing to the number of syllables. And therefore, the word Znelia consists of 3 syllables, Elia. And the repetition is of course on Elia, that consists 4 letters, as follows: A, L, E, and A. Okay, in conclusion, you can say that line number 1 in stanza 1175 is broken into 4 segments of 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. That is to say, Elia, 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 and Elia, and the repetition is on the last 4 letters of the last word in each line. That is to say, the letters are as follows: A, L, E, and A. Then in line number 2, the first 2 words are Bedi, Ubedo. Bedi consists of 2 syllables, Ubedo consists of 3 syllables. In total, Bedi, Ubedo consists of 5 syllables. Then the third word of line number 2 in stanza 1175 is Chem Zeda. Chem Zeda consists of 3 syllables. Then the next 2 words of line number 3 of stanza 1175 is Mitzviv Avisa. Mitzviv consists of 2 syllables, Avisa consists of 3 syllables. In total, Mitzviv Avisa consists of 5 syllables. And finally, the last word of line number 2 of stanza 1175 is Knelia. Knelia consists of 3 syllables. Again, the letters N, K, and N are constants, therefore they add nothing to the number of syllables of the word Knelia. Okay, so therefore the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables, that is to say, Elia. And again, the repetition is on the last 4 letters, as follows: A, L, E, and A. Then in line number 3 of stanza 1175, the first 3 words are Kargi, Ramchirdes. Kargi consists of 1 syllable, Kargi consists of 2 syllables, Ram consists of 1 syllable, Chirdes consists of 2 syllables. So in total, those 3 words, Kargi, Ramchirdes, consist of 2 plus 1 plus 2 syllables, that is to say 5 syllables. Then we have the 4th word of line number 3 of stanza 1175 is Geekwiz, that consists of 3 syllables, of course. Then we have Avi Rasakvir. Avi consists of 2 syllables, Ra consists of 1 syllable, and Sakvir consists of 2 syllables. In total, those 3 words, Avi Rasakvir, consists of 2 plus 1 plus 2 syllables, that is to say 5 syllables. And finally, we have Elia, that consists of 3 syllables. Therefore, in conclusion, you can say that line number 3 of stanza 1175 is broken into 4 segments of 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 syllables. And the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word. The last word is a very long word, Sakwirelia, and the rhyming is that consists of 5 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the word Sakwirelia. That is to say, the rhyming is on Elia, and the repetition is on the letters, the last four letters, that is to say A, L, E, and A. And finally, in line number 4, we have the first 4 words are swada, swa, chiri. Swa consists of 1 syllable, da consists of 1 syllable, swa consists of 1 syllable, and chiri consists of 2 syllables. So in total, those four words consist of 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 syllables, in total 5 syllables. Then we have chemzeda. Chemzeda consists of 3 syllables, of course. And we have here, then the next 2 words are ar achalia. Ar is not new. Not new, let's say it is old. Okay, ar consists of 1 syllable, achalia consists of 4 syllables, so in total those 2 words ar achalia consist of 5 syllables. And finally we have the last word of line number 4 of stanza 1175 is dwelia. Dwelia consists of 3 syllables. Why? Because the letters Z, V, the letters Z and V are consonants, therefore they add nothing to the number of syllables of the word dwelia. Therefore, the number of syllables of the word dwelia are 3, Elia. And the repetition is on the letters A, L, E, and A. So in conclusion, you can say that because of the fact that stanza 1175, in stanza 1175, the repetition, the poet quotes the words of Nestan to Patman. When the poet quotes things of himself or any character of the poem, it will be always in the slow pace. Therefore, the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, or each line is broken into 4 segments of 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 syllables, and the rhyming is on the last 3 syllables of the last word in each line. That is to say Elia, 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 and Elia. And the repetition is on the last 4 letters of the last word in each line. That is to say A, L, E, and A. Okay, thank you very much.